This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi everybody. Today we are going to start SAP project system training. Okay, in this course we will include investment management and project system in detail. Okay, so first of all, I'll explain the concept of investment management and then project system, and I'll explain the scenario, different business processes where we need to implement the investment management or project system. Okay, because it's a first session today, so I'll just give you the overview of both the modules and the business process of investment management. Yeah, hi Krish, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Yeah, so I have just started. So you mute from your side. If you are having any question, you can unmute and you can ask. Okay. Yes. So let me start it now. So we have divided this course in two parts. Okay, first is investment management and second is the project system. So in investment management, I will explain the concept. First of all, the business process. I'll explain the application, how you can use, how you can map your requirement as per your business process, and I'll explain all the key data structure, the configuration, and wherever we are having any integration, I'll explain that also. After that, we will move to the project system. In project system, we have a separate consultant to explain that module completely, and then after explaining investment management and project system, we will go for the integration. Integration, when we are going through the project system cycle, we need to integrate with different modules like SD, PP, FICO. These are the four major module where we will go through the process and all the transaction in the system. Apart from that, I will explain the concept and the overview of integration with the different modules also like PPM, CPM, MRS, and EPC. Okay, so that will be taken after completing the IM and PS. So let us start it for today. Okay, I'm just opening one PPT. I'll explain from PPT first, then I'll come back here to explain the process. So here the objective of presentation is to explain what is the project and what are the types of projects we are having in SAP. And next is standard project life cycle to understand all the transaction and the process flow within the project. And the next is understand project structure in SAP, and then project planning, and then project budgeting, project execution, and project closure, project handover. So basically, this PPT is to explain the complete overview of project system and investment management. But today, in today's session, I'll just capture what is the project type of project in SAP and its standard project life cycle. Apart from that, directly we will move to the investment management. Okay. So first of all, when we are understanding the concept of project, what is the project, how we can understand that this is a project. Okay, and what basis we can say this is a project, what is the difference between the project and operation. Okay, and what are the type of projects, that is very important to understand when we are going for any implementation and when we are proposing any solution. Okay, so first of all, the project is generally the complex, unique, and involve a high degree of risk. Okay, so any task which is complex, unique, and involve a high degree of risk can be a project. Apart from that, project have precise goals. Okay, So we should have, it should be clearly mentioned that this is the goal of this project, and it should be agreed on by you and the ordering party. So it means the project will be ordered by someone and we need to execute it. Okay. So by considering the nature of ordering, or by whether it is as per the business strategy, it is as per the organization strategy, we can consider the type of the project. I'll explain it in my next session, next slide. Projects are limited in duration and are cost and capacity intensive. So we have to have some duration to complete this project. It cannot be it cannot be for indefinite time. Okay. It cannot be continuous process. It should have cost and capacity intensive, means the cost and capacity has to be involved to achieve it. Okay. So it means cost we need to put it, and then capacity or resources also we need to execute this. The next is a project are subject to certain quality requirements. So when we are delivering the product or the services on behalf of this project, it should have some quality. Okay. So basically what happened as per the PMI concept, okay, or as per the generic idea of project, whenever we are going to start any project, first of all, the goal has to be defined. Okay. Your statement has to be clear what we are going to do, what we are going to achieve in this project. Okay. And we have to have there to whom we are providing this product or services. Okay. Means who is the ordering party, means who is the stakeholder from the customer side. So I can say the customer details, my team details who is executing this project, or including all the stakeholders. Stakeholders means the people, the things which is being affected or directly affecting this project has to be mentioned there. So the document which is having all this information, we used to call it as a project charter. So in project charter, when we are going to start any project formally, okay, I'm saying formally, that time we should have the document project charter clearly defined, which will have the statement of the project, means the objective of the project, stakeholder who are involved directly or indirectly being affected and affecting this project has to be there in the document. Apart from that, that communication, how we are going to communicate between the different parties has to be mentioned. Okay. Your all strategies, means the risk, how you are going to tackle with the risk, how you are going to tackle with the procurement of my project, how you are going to manage your human resources. So all these things has to be mentioned in this document, and when it is assigned, we used to call it as the project is started formally. So if you know, whenever we are saying that kick-off meeting is going to be start, generally that is the time when we are floating all the requirement, and when we are saying that this is my project charter, formally we have signed it. Generally it happens, but it can be different also. So project will have all these characteristics, and how we can segregate in a different type the project. Okay, so generally if you see that typically we are having three different types of project and system. First is a customer project, next is an investment project, third is a cost project, but fourth I have added because we are going to include that cycle also in my course. So first is a customer project. Customer project means the customer is there, somebody has ordered and they are looking for any product or services, and we are providing it. So it means the customer will in place, and they are ordering us and we are providing the product or services to them. So it means the revenue will be involved. Okay, so it means we are getting the revenue from my customer. So primarily, if you understand in the SAP language, my SD, sales and distribution, will be involved there, because I am selling something. I need some modules to manage my sales. So in that case, my customer will be there if you are talking about in the business language, and if you are talking in SAP language, SD will be there to sell my product or services. Next is the investment management. Investment management, when we are doing the investment for ourselves. In that case, we don't have any ordering party, we don't have any customer directly as of now. And by considering the strategy, by considering the vision and mission of my organization based on my business strategy, I can do the investment. Okay. And then in future, it's not clear as of now, but in future I can sell it. But as of now, it will be an asset for me. So whatever the amount I am putting for the investment, finally I'll get a product which I'm calling it as an asset. And then I can consider ROI to consider my revenue, to consider my upcoming total value of my asset. So we used to call it as a ROI, return on investment. Okay. Third is a cost project, where we can't say whether it is an investment. We can't say whether we will get any customer in future or not, or as of now we don't have any customer. So it means we cannot say that this is an investment, because any product, there is no guarantee of product or services which will become an outcome of this project. Okay, which we can consider of outcome of this project. Okay. And whatever amount we are putting, we don't know whether it will become an investment, or whether it will give us any ROI, or whether we will get any customer to sell the product or services. So in that case, we need to consider this project as a cost project. Cost project, like maintenance project, where we are having some maintenance activities, and there we need to put the total cost into my cost center. Another example, R&D. There is no guarantee whether you will get any product or services of my any R&D or not. This is just R&D. This is based on my business strategy, as per my organization mission and vision. Okay, I'll explain what is the meaning of mission and vision, what is the organization strategy, then how we are arriving to start any project. I'll explain that. Fourth is the outage project. Okay, outage project, basically it's a
Excuse me.
combination.
Hi, this is Gopi. So for the CAST project, there won't be any SD, right?
No,
So
no SD.
there won't be any revenue. It's calling as a for some R&D development in our organization. Some cost we need to put it for that particular project. There won't be any.
Correct.
It's kind of investment, but still we are doing something for the maintenance kind of repairs.
See, we can't say whether it is an investment for us or not. Investment means we will get any ROI in future. Okay, where we can say I'll get my product as a asset. I can say it's my internal asset, right? But in R&D,
Yeah.
there is no guarantee to become an asset, right? We can't say whether you will
Yes.
get any outcome of this project or not, right?
And also there won't be any revenue, right? On this SD also won't involve, right?
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yes, okay.
Maybe after completing this project, let's say if you are arriving with some outcome, you are saying this is my result of R&D, right? And based on that, you can say we can start some product. Let's say if you are doing any R&D for any medicine, you are the pharma company, or you are doing any R&D to find out any medicine. So the project which you are doing to get your medicine, that is your separate project. Once it is completed, all the cost has to be posted into your cost center. Then based on that outcome, you can start a new project to sell the product. That will be separate one. That will not be exactly the same which you have put for R&D purpose.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll explain it. Yeah. So fourth one is outage project. Outage project, basically it's a combination of different type of project. Like you are having one factory, you are having a different machines in your factory, and you need to do the maintenance. So we are having a different kind of maintenance. We have the general maintenance, we have refurbishment, we have breakdown maintenance, we have preventive maintenance. So what are the maintenance we are doing, and whatever the cost is being incurred, that we have to consider whether it is adding my asset value, or whether it is becoming a cost for me. Okay, we need to understand. For example, let's say you are having different machines in the factory. Okay, machine 1, machine 2. So these machines are assets for you, right? And let's say if you are putting some huge amount in refurbishment of this machine, so that can be considered as a added value of that asset. But if you are doing any, let's say, operation work, any cleaning, for example, so this is a very small things that can be considered as a directly cost into your cost center of that factory. So I'll explain in detail once I'll go for the detailed explanation of this process outage project. Okay, so let me come back here to go in detail to understand the investment management and the cost project. Okay, here understand first of all the mission and vision, how you are arriving for any requirement. Okay, so let's say you are the company. Okay, let's say you are the ABB. If you hear this name, ABB, Asia Brown Boveri, ABB. Okay, this is the company who's doing the electrification. They are in the production of transformer, switches, and gears. Okay, they are in the electricals mainly. So when they're establishing the ABB, the organization, that time they are having their vision, mission of the organization. Okay, you can see that vision and mission statement. Okay, they are having some meaning of that statement, vision and mission. Okay, so let's say they are having vision here and mission here. And so it means to fulfill this vision and mission, they have to do some projects, they have to do some work, right? So how they can do that work? They have to define the strategy to achieve that vision and mission. What you can say, based on their this statement, they have to define their constitution, you can say. They have to define the rules, what exactly they are going to do to achieve this mission and vision. Okay, so you can see few organizations are very punctual, or you can say very keen to do some social work, or whenever they are doing any project, they have to keep their brand value in their mind to start that. Okay, so when this ABB is doing any project, okay, this is a business strategy. So whenever they are doing any project, okay, to achieve this vision or mission, they are following all the rules given in business strategy. So let's say this ABB company has defined that they will do the project. What type of project? They will be in uh, production of transformer, or you can say electrical equipments, and they have decided to become a premier organization, or number one, or in top 5. They have decided within a 5 years or 10 years they will be in the top 5 or top 10 in the market. Okay, so it means they have to follow some rules. First of all, their product should be reliable. Okay, their product should reach on time to their customer. Their quality should be best in the market. Okay, and whenever they are getting any complaint, they need to respond immediately to the customer. So these are some points which they have included in their strategy. Okay, and they have defined the product which they are going to produce. Let's say if they've defined the transformer, and they have defined that they are going to produce only switch gear and transformer, so they will do that only. They will not unnecessarily switch into any other area, because as per their strategy, they just want to stick into it, and they need to deliver their quality, they need to deliver on time, they need to keep the customer satisfaction in their mind. So everything they are considering based on the business strategy to achieve their vision and mission. So it means they are doing the project to achieve vision and mission of the organization based on business strategy, right? So whatever investment they will do, that has to be that has to be done based on the business strategy. So for example, they want to produce the transformer, switches and gears, other electrical equipments. They need to do some investment, right? They need to do, they need to establish, they need to do some installation of the factory or establishment of the factory. Okay, so that is the investment for them, right? So that investment is happening based on the strategy by considering the vision and mission of the organization. Okay, so let's say they are in production of electrical equipments, and apart from that they are in electrification also. Okay, so when they are going to produce any electrical equipment, they need to have a factory. Okay, manufacturing unit, I'm saying factory 1 for transformer. Okay, transformer, or I'm saying it's a unit 1. Okay, so that is one area. And second area, they are seeing another factory for switch gears, that is a factory number 2, and here they are seeing it for switch gears, switch and gears, switches and gears. Okay, just consider in mind, let's say this company is going to start the business now, just consider that point. And when they are going to establish it, they need to consider their investment, how much they need to do the investment now. Okay, so how they can consider, they can ask to the different consultant to figure it out, how much I need to do the investment to start a business having these all qualities. That is the one thing. Second thing, let's say I'm the owner of it, I'm already having the experience. Okay, based on my understanding, based on some other experts experience, I can arrive directly to say that this is my lump sum amount of investment. Okay, so there can be two approaches there. What is that approach? First is a top down, another is a bottom up. So as per my rough idea, I'm saying for this business strategy, sorry, the business which I'm going to start, let's say this is my, I'm saying electrical equipments. So this is my business process equipment. For this particular electrical equipments, this business I need, let's say 100 crore USD. Or I'm saying, I'm taking some small example, let's say 1 second, equipment. I'm saying here, this is my business process, and or you can say business line, and for this I need to do the investment of 100 crore. Okay, so this is my lump sum idea, and based on that, based on my the analysis, based on some other supporting experience, the applications documents, I'm saying that I need to do the investment for this factory almost 60 crore, and 40 crore I will keep it for factory 2. So this is a top down approach. When I'm seeing, when I'm already having the amount at top level and I'm distributing it at later stage as per the calculation. Okay, second approach, I can say this is my electrical equipment, this is my business process, and within that I am having two different units, factory 1 transformer, factory 2 switches and gears. Whatever the requirement is there to complete that particular factory, I'll get the requirement from directly from the factory manager. Okay, who's taking care to establish this particular factory, and based on that I'll understand the requirement and then I'll approve only. So let's say when I'm asking to my manager who's responsible to establish factory 1, he's giving all the requirement in different formats. Let's say he's saying that I need to have one building. Okay, in this building I need to do 10 crore of investment. I need one machine. Okay, let's say 10 machines. I'm saying 10 machines. The cost is 20 crore. And apart from that, I need to do some social work. Social work means it happens generally whenever we are establishing any factory or anything which is polluting that area sometimes. So we need to do some social work. So as it used to be asked by government. So I'm saying that 5 crore I need to put for social work. And in building, I'm saying it's a equipments I need to, all the machines I need to buy. Okay, remaining I can put it for, let's say, the installation and all. So what I can say, this is all my request, my proposals, right? The building, it will take 10 crore to construct. Machines, whatever the machines I need to start my factory, to start the manufacturing my transformer, it is 20 crore. Social work I have to do, that will that for that I need a 5 crore. So all these are my proposals, and this has to be attached with my this unit. So I can say this is coming from my manager directly as per his requirement. So I can understand here I need 20 plus 10, 30 plus 5, 35 crore I need here as of now. That is a 35. And in similarly for this factory 2 switches and gears, I can say that total which is coming here, let's say it's coming 50 crore. Okay. So 50 plus 35, 85 crore I can accumulate here on this level. Right now it is going to the management for the approval. Okay, so they need to understand what are the projects, what are the tasks which we need to complete. Okay, based on that they will take a decision whether we are going to approve it or not. Okay, so here if you see in the complete this structure, you can manage this complete process within investment management. Okay, so here we are using this business process here, electrical equipment. It can be investment program definition for me. Okay, including this factory 1 or factory 2. These are the positions, investment positions. So we can create a structure which is my master data in system, and completely by including program definition and investment position, we used to call it as a program structure. So this is my program structure here till here. So just consider this master data that is already there in the system, and me as a manager, whenever I'm requesting, whenever I'm putting my proposal, I can directly create, I can directly propose with reference of my objects. So when I'm going to propose it, there are three different objects are given in SAP investment management. That first is a appropriation request, second is a project system project, WBS element, and third is a internal order. So this is a proposal. Let's say if you are considering this is only proposal for me, I am not confirming as of now. So building, machine, and social work, these all three can be a appropriation request for me. So what I can do, I can create a separate appropriation request, and it can be assigned to my program position factory 1. And in the particular position itself, I can have a different levels of approvals, different analysis, technical analysis, financial analysis. And once it is approved, then only I can go to assign it to my program position, and then finally I can send it to my higher management to take a decision based on the business strategy. Again, I'm saying based on the business strategy. Let's say in place of building here, you are including some, let's say some township development, right? Let's say I'm proposing, let us go for another small project here to develop one township, because now the residential prices are going high, for example. Okay, so in that case I can propose, let us go for one small project to construct residential building here. So once the request will reach to this level, the management, they need to understand why this proposal came to us. Okay, they need to understand whether it is aligning with business strategy. So management has to understand, as per our mission and vision, we want to best in equipment manufacturing. Why we should go unnecessary to the construct any residential building which is not exactly as per our my mission and vision requirement. So they will cancel it, directly cancel it. So that's why it is managing It is managing the proposal. It is helping us to take the decision. It is giving you the clear transparency to understand the requirement. Right? So any question here?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically it's kind of approval before starting something, right? So for
Yes.
the okay.
So here we are having two approach. First is approval before starting. Second, you have already started, but you want to control with your investment strategy.
Yeah. So
Okay.
before approval
Yeah.
itself, I have to create an investment program and a position ID. Then I have to put it appropriate request. Then it will go for the multiple approval list. Once it's got approved, then I can create the project WS or internal order. Am I right?
Correct. Correct. You are correct. Okay. So here I have taken the example of appropriation request to map these things. Okay. You can direct if it is already defined. If you know that if you are managing the approval outside of the system, you can directly create it as an internal order, or you can create as a project. You can assign it at last level of positions. Okay. You can do that. We will see in my upcoming sessions how we can manage all these requirements. Okay. But here, let's say if we have finalized that we are going for building, we are going for machine, we are going for social work. So what will happen in this case? If you consider that building, this will become an asset for us, right? We don't have any customer as of now, but we need to find out what is the valuation of this building, right? Let's say we are putting 10 crore as of now, but in future we can consider it will become a 20 crore. So we need to understand what will be my market price. By considering that only, we are realizing how much benefit we are, how much profit we are going to get it from it. It's not measured till now. It's not exactly measured now, but it is predicted. Similarly for the machine. Okay, machine, when we are having the machines, it's already installed. When it will start to work, it will become a asset for us. Okay, but within this asset we will have the depreciation also. We need to consider that part also. So by considering these two things, we can finalize this is the total value of my asset as of now. Okay, and same will be considered in my company book also. And yes, so this is example of investment management. And next, when let's say you have established the factory. Okay, now that factory is also started to work. It is operating now. Okay, so whatever the amount you need to put to operate it, right, that is not exactly your investment as of now. That will become your operational cost, which you need to consider whether you need to take it as an asset or you need to take it as a cost. Okay, so I'll explain in my upcoming session the concept and how we can tackle with the different type of cost here. Okay, now coming back to, yes please, any question?
Yeah, nothing. You can proceed.
Okay, so here we were talking here, yeah, project types in SAP PS. So here the project system, basically it is integrated, it is a controlling module. Okay, so investment management, you can see it's just primary module. Without investment management you can work in PS. Okay, and even you can use investment management with internal order. That combination also you can have. Okay, so here in these slides only PS is explained. Okay, but okay, so here PS project, and then it can be integrated with FICO, it can be integrated with material management, it can be integrated with plant maintenance, investment management, PP, production planning, SD, sales and distribution. So just consider that your requirement of establishing of factory is approved. Now you are executing different project, construction of building, machines, installation of machines, and third is your social work. So these are the three different projects now. Okay, so once these three projects you are going to start, first of all you have to do the planning. Okay, so initiation has happened just now. Initiation means your preliminary things which is happened before starting of the project. So preliminary things means your rough cut planning, understanding the requirement, approval of the requirement, and then it will go forward for the planning. Okay, then once the planning is happened, then it will go for the execution. So in planning, what you can have resource planning, you can have cost planning, you can have time planning, you can have revenue planning. So different plannings will be there in the planning phase. Once planning is done, you will go to the execution, and execution procurement will be there. So once you are going for the procurement, the cycle, the process will move to the material management based on the purchase requisition, purchase order. All these things will be managed within Okay, and here when you are going to receive any service or any product, or when you are providing any services or product, in that case the accounting entries has to be completed, accounting entries has to be done in the system. So that time FICO will be in the picture. Okay, and if you are producing something in your in-house, okay, so let's say when you are manufacturing transformers, okay, coils you are manufacturing separately in another unit, so it means it's your in-house production. So you can manage your project to integrate with your requirement of production. So here that will be managed through PP. When you are selling the product, SD will be in the picture. And once your factory is established, everything is in place, now you need to do the routine maintenance also. That time you can integrate with PM, plant maintenance. Organization, unit, and modular overview. So these are the table contains. Yeah.
So anywhere it is integrated with QM, quality management, anywhere.
QM, yes, it is integrated. Let's say when we are receiving any material from our any vendor, in that case, this material has to be sent to the our quality unit. They will inspect it. Okay, and once it is approved, then only it will move to my project site. Otherwise, no. 1 second,
No,
please.
PSV is integrated with QM. I'm asking anywhere.
Yeah, it is integrated. It is integrated. I'm giving you example. When it
Yeah.
is when it is happening exactly. Let's say you are having one project. Let's say factory installation. 1 second, please. I'm just
Yes.
putting this charger. See what is happening. Let's say in the same example, when you are installing the machines, okay, so you are going to buy all these machines from your vendor, right? So when this machines is reaching to you in your premises, so before even installing, it has to be inspect whether it is received as per the given requirement or not, whether the quality is up to the mark how it was mentioned in the requirement. If it is not fitting, you can reject the machine, you can send it back to the vendor, right? So remaining things only you need to establish. Remaining things means like if you order 10 machine, out of 10, 2 are okay and 8 are not okay, then you can send all these 8 machines back to the vendor, and 2 you can use in your project. So how you are going to track, how you are going to manage all these things, you can manage with a QM module.
And the same thing when we are selling, when there is a sales distribution happen, customer project, when we are selling, the same thing will be applicable.
Same thing actually. See, when you are receiving it from see, if you are doing the production or if you are doing the assembly process, same thing you can do that. But actually generally what happened, it used to be done by the receiver, let's say customer side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah. So next is the table of contents in the PS. I am going to explain some overview here. Understand the project process here. Okay. So see, project life cycle. It is a typical project life cycle here. A rough cut planning. I can say it's the initiation. Okay, initiation, rough cut planning, and then it is going for detailed planning, then execution, then closing. Okay. So let me 1 second, please. Yeah. So here, if you see in the rough cut planning, rough cut is structuring, define quantity basis, define scope, quote, replan, and requote. All the type of projects can fit in within the same project life cycle, whether it is a customer project or it is an investment project or it is a customer cost project or outage project. Here, the rough cut structuring means when you are going to start any project, the structure has to be clearly defined in the system. Okay, whether you are doing whether you are using legacy system or SAP, structure means you have to divide your work in a small work, which you are calling as a WBS, work breakdown structure. Okay, so you have to structurize the work. So let's say if it is an investment project, then also you have to define the structure of, or if it is a customer project, then also you need to define the structure. Second is a defined quantity basis. You have to clearly identify what is the quantity of requirement. Okay, whether you are providing to your customer or you are receiving it from your contractor or vendor. So the quantity has to be defined. Your requirement quantity has to be clearly mentioned. Third is a defined scope. So when you are going to start a project, scope has to be defined. Okay, without scope, you cannot execute the project. Then quote, if it is a customer project and you are participating in the bid, in that case, you have to quote, you have to provide this estimation, complete estimation to your customer. And then if your customer is not, if the customer is asking for some modification, you have to re-edit it and you have to send it back to your customer. So it means it's a replan or re-quote. This happens generally in the customer project case. Customer project, let us understand another way. Whenever you are having any customer, okay, that time they will ask for the quotation by different mode. They can directly send us a mail, or they can directly send one formal letter, which we used to call it as a RFP, request for proposal, or they can publish it in a paper. They can keep some hoardings, for example, and they can ask us to participate in the bidding. Okay, so there are different ways. So when they are asking us to participate in the bid, we need to understand their requirement. Okay, so by considering the product or services which they required, how much quantity, what is the quality, when they will require, all we need to analyze as per the market. And after doing all these workout, we have to prepare the bidding document, estimation. We need to put our markup, we need to put all the contingency, all these things. After inclusion, we are saying it's a bidding document and we are submitting it to the customer. So once customer is opening it in the bidding procedure, they can see who's coming on one or first, second or third stage. Okay, let's say if we are in the second stage and customer asking us to do some recheck, or they just want to include some more services or to more product quality, so we need to consider it again. So we can get all this requirement from the customer, and then we need to replan, we need to re-quote our document. Okay, so what we can do, we need to change everything and then we need to send it back to the customer. So this is the initial process. We used to call it as a pre-tender activities. Okay, so this is the rough cut planning. So let's say this contract is awarded to us, and we are talking here only customer project. So this contract is awarded to us, and then just after awarding, we have to define the team who will work on this project to execute it. Okay, so by first of all, then like the team has to be defined, and then it will move for further process step. So further is a detailed planning. In detailed planning, we will define the schedule. We will do the order processing, means whatever the product we are going to produce in our factory, that is fine, but we need a raw material, we need some different thing also, different material from the different contractor services, so we have to order it. Resource allocation has to be done, procurement planning has to be done, and all these things will be completed in the planning phase. Then it will go to the execution. In execution, based on your planning, everybody has to start to work on it. The procurement, the material will reach on the site, the contractor will reach on the site to provide the services. Production, if it is a production will start to happen. Activity confirmation, whatever the progress is happening based on the activity, or if we are getting any material, it has to be received. So the confirmation has to be done, means your actual posting will start to happen in the system. periodic activities here, result analysis or settlement or progress analysis, all these things has to be maintained or to see in the system. Assembly processing, if you are doing any assembly, then assembly processing will be taken care here in this phase. So once your product is ready, then it will go for final closure, means handover of the product. When you are doing, when you are handing over, that time you need to do the quality check. So this is the final check, then handover, then technical closure, then finally you are closing the project. So these all step, almost all the step has to be considered in all different type of projects in the your business or system also. So any question here, please? Okay, so actually here today is only overview. Okay, I'll go for the next topic, how we are going to manage all these objects and process in the system. Okay, I'll start from the next session. Okay, so if you are having any question here, please let me know. I'll try to answer that first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krishna, any question, please? Krish.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this you will get recording tomorrow. Okay, and other things will be communicated by team. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.